Hello, this is Sage. Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're gonna build a PvP base in another location, famous location actually. Let me look at it. Actually, in a J6, um, famous to be named as Nato Cave, I suppose. And in this video, our goal was to build a PvP base with some taste of PvE as well. So it's a bit different from other bases. Is suitable for officials, not the private servers, because in most of the private servers you do have a limit of building pieces, around 9k pieces each base and each clan. So in this case, we exceed the limit to over like 16k. It's only because it's PvE and PvP base. We don't need to build all other phase of the buildings that we're going through today. So if you need to want to play in the PvP official private servers, I wouldn't suggest to build in this way. We will go. I will suggest what you can do. Just change some stuff that you can go back to the 9k limitation, and then you're good to go and build in a private also as well. But here we're just going for the officials now. In officials, there is no written, rules about the pieces, but in to the extent that if you exceed, a large amount of pieces, you will get banned also as well. So keep in mind, we cannot build a large bases around. It will make the servers super laggy and unplayable for many players. And you just keep it in mind. Okay, here we now in front of the water. Now we're gonna walk through to the Nato cave, our base from the behind, and let's see what do we have in our here. So in order to get there, I just wanted to build a harbor here. You don't need to build this in this area. You can for your fishery station if you want, but it is not necessary. But you can also follow this as well. You can have your own design. It's just very simple to build here, and also better to keep this area as well in order to not let them build a trebuchet here to destroy your base. This location is very famous because it's very good against trebuchet and also the gods avatars. When they're summoning them, it can stand longer compared to the other bases. The structure of the tunnel, the cave, is close to crevice, but it's not the same shape. Yeah, in contrast to the crevice, you just have two entrance, and to the cave is just a tunnel. Look, other caves, but there are some differences that makes this cave a bit unique. So we go through the cage and the entrance here. Let's see what do we can build here in order to get our base here. This is a simple entrance. Usually you don't need to build all this way, but if you want to have a stronghold from this side also as well, you can start building this way. After you get there, you're gonna have your gates here. In order to have the gates, it's based on you guys. In some ways, this stacking of the gates are not a problem, but in some privates there are problems. You need to follow the rules and read the rules, because you cannot put another gates in between under one foundation. So basically you cannot have 3 gates on one foundation. Just keep in mind, but if in official there's no problem, you can have this, and you can have the row of gates here. And when you come here again, you can have your gates here and the door frames here. So far we don't have any benches, and just the gates to get through there. And this area that we do have the gates, at the top you have no opening, so you can fill it with the gates. And also, if you don't need a lot of gates, you can just put some stationery, such as for the zombies here as well. But continuing the way are here, at the top of this base is open. I will show you at the top as well. You can come here, continue. I will show you how you can build up there as well. And you have the row of the gates which goes and lead you guys to the first main area that you can have your gods here. And Jebel Sag is one of the big altars that require a lot of space. So in that case, you can put the Jebel Sag here, and also other altars. I think the only altar would not be fit here, might be the Zaf. So you need a larger space, which there's no problem. You can extend your area by destroying one row here and have your altar here, but the other altars definitely gonna fit here. Let's go back to the top of our gates and show you what you can do here in order to build here. So you can continue building in this way. I will also explain why we do have the triangles and then squares. What are these shapes? Why it's not very, like, they're all the same. We will get to it as well, but for now what we did here is just to split the roof from this level and the bottom. So this at the top, the roof, it does have a different structure. It's all square with the pyramid shapes at the top, that bombing from top it would be hard. But here we do have the gates and we do have the triangles here in order, if you want to put the doors you can do that, and behind and beside the gates we do have this triangle structure with the arcane walls, or even simple walls as well. You can build the single walls. And then if you want to build at the top, don't mind the door here. You don't need to put a door here. I just put this door here to let me see and show you guys what we have here. Then later on you need to close this as well. At the top of the gates you can put also a pyramid as well and a ceiling. And if you want to close them, you can put one row, because we are still at the top of the gates, one row of walls as well, but it's not necessary. You can skip these parts and building pieces if you do not want to build a lot. And also when you come here, don't mind the doors again. It's just all you need to build all this area. So if you want to have less pieces, just follow with the square shapes foundations, but I suggest the triangles to have a more stronghold here. And the only weakness that you have to care of is the gates, which is easier for replacement and repeal from the gate doors. And at the top of each gate you can have these ceiling pieces, which not totally but partially, like we would support and your main core and foundations, foundations during the explosion. So it's not a big deal, but it's better to put them here as well. To when they are bumping, they mostly damage your gates, not the gate frames. So your gate frame will stand here, and you just need to, if you want to rebuild or replace, you can replace the gate frame, the gate door as well, and then rebuild the gate frame also same time. So after you reach this point, we continue again to the god and the altar section. Here you can have more benches if you want, also put them there. You can have your dining bench here, you can have the fridge here to keep the zeals and the hearts based on any gods that you're using for the raids and for your base here. And after that, by the stairs you can come up here. For me it's a bit maybe laggy, but you can come up here and again doors, and you can have a bunch of zombies here, or you can just fill it with the door gate frames if you wanted to have more protection. It's up to you, but I think the amount of gates that we had from the back of the side and the base is enough to deal with. At the top also you can have more layers there, or you can fill it and make it more stronger. It's based on you, what you need, what you like, but I just keep it in this way. And after that you can reach the main core, the map room. When you are reaching the map room, you find yourself within 3 different instances. We already used this one to get inside, and we have 1 door frames here and 2 door frames here, and the shape is based on the map room, and map room will fit this area very well. So again, you don't need to follow these rules. follow this geometry. The whole base started by the map room, so we just needed to have the complete geometry of triangle, the combination of squares and triangles to fit the map room here, and then we expand the geometry into the cave. That's how we got to those square and triangle foundations over there. So it's all started by the map room. You don't need to do that. With the triangles, you can come up with the square shapes, but if you're using square shapes, better start with bedroom, which we go to the bedroom as well. Okay, let's follow these two door gate frames to see the other side of the base. Again, you do have the gate frames here. It's the same as the other side. I will show you behind the gates here. You can build as much as you want with the square shape or with the triangles here, in order to make it more stronger. Also, you can have the gates here. You can use one technique of putting gates and the doors at the same area, but for this case I just use the gate frames, ramps and the rooftops for protect them. Based on the topography, your gates will elevate each 5 and 6 foundations. Just keep in mind you need a ramp or stairs to bring them up. And then here you have your first entrance here for your gates. So one gate comes here, and we can split the two entrance to two different ways, one here and one here with gates again. And you can go outside again by the gates, and you can find yourself in your yard. This is the first courtyard at this side. You don't need to build as strong as this one. You can only just follow with the gates, some rooftops and anti-climbs, and that would be suffice. In many cases, you may find in many videos, you will see that this area built with one big pyramid and some like chests with the walls. But in that case, I thought it better to have two different pyramids, which one give you enough space to control and fight for this gate, and the other one is for the other side of the entrance, because now you do have two entrances, and from then you can have and start building your yard here. I chose to build 2 rows of anti-climbs here, but again, it's not necessary. You can do just one enough. But in case I just don't want them, if you're fighting here and someone wants to get out, it's very hard for them. For the outside, you don't need to put any anti-climbs. Obviously, everyone can climb by the rock and get jump inside. So putting anti-climbs at the outside and this side of the gates is meaningless. So keep in mind, you just need to have the pyramids here to not let them bomb at the top, and here it goes, and you can put a vault here also as well. So the one vault in the yard protected by the gate frames, but by the door frames and the vaults here, so you can have your chest inside the pyramid and one vault in between them, and one big pyramid outside. You can build them here. It depends on you in which shape you like to build your pyramid. I started to build in the center, and it just exceeded too big as this one. Again, you don't need to build big as this one. Medium-sized pyramid would be suffice, and you can have another pyramid which I already started, and you can continue here at this side because there's enough space for your raiders to set up their raid base here. In some cases, you see some clans also claim here to not let others and the raiders build any raid base here, because this area is very strategical for raiders to build a raid base here that they can access from 2 gates at the same amount of distance and time. So you need to just be sure you claim something here. You can put a map room for yourself. Another map room here also as well, and pyramid. And yeah, this is the overall of the base um, outside. Also keep in mind, because your base when you are here might get raided by the Jebel Sack, they trying to get your bedroom by the Jebel Sack, or the set, the big snake, the great snake is good for destroy the gates. Keep in mind that you need some towers to get there and have your arrows to destroy the god, or you need some trebuchet bases here also as well. So you have different choices. You don't need to also follow this, but I put the first trebuchet here. You can have one tower for not without the trebuchet here for the arrows, and you need to claim this area as well at the top of your base, and also this area. So at these two top point, you can have your teleporter also as well, and expand and fortify this tower for the trebuchet, and also this one also. It depends on you which side you want the trebuchet. I think this one would be better, because from this side and this tower you can see and have a vision from both sides of your entrances, one that side and one at this side. Let's just say at the north and the south side of two entrances. For now there's no trebuchet here, but you can expand again and build your trebuchet here and move some towers here. Because when you have a tower and you want to shoot the gods here, let's just say they are summoning the Jebel Sand and they want to destroy your base, you're also in a big danger here, so you need to be at the higher levels compared to the Jebel Sack levels. So I suggest use these two towers at the left and right side of me right now, and then you can, for the destroying the raid base, if it is in front of your base, you need this trebuchet here, which you can build it with two walls at the top, and you can put the trebuchet there. So I'm gonna just destroy one wall that let you see. You can have a trebuchet here under, and the walls at the top, and around them we can have the pyramids again to not let them stack bombs again. So because we build at this level, I needed to put gates here also as well to not let them come and start raiding here and destroy the walls. It's still possible, but it's not as easy as before, and if you don't want your enemies walk around these areas at the top, you can cover it with the traps here, so it's very hard for them to walk on these areas every time. You can fill it by the traps here, even here, so they might not see it at the first sight, but because there's a small area to roll and save yourself, you might go at the top of another trap as well. Continuingly, for having a look at around what others that you can do, you need to occupy these two rocks as well, because they can again build a trebuchet. You already can build a trebuchet here, so you don't need to build at the same towers. You just need to, you can build in the middle and put your stables, for instance. Here it's your choice. You can build just a pyramid here as well. Just keep in mind you need to get this area. Also this one, so each tower you can have you can have the teleporter here, because you are close to your base. By the teleporter you're not getting a loss of corruption. So, and in we will discuss where you can put this teleporter access as well. It shouldn't be inside your base, because you might forget and activate it. The only thing remains towers that you need to be very careful are like this area is this one. We don't need to necessarily occupy this and build this as well, but it's a good location for set up a trebuchet against this base area to just destroy the playground and the courtyard here. You will not destroy anything more, because based on the caves and the topography here, it's very hard to destroy more and in depth. So, but if you want to destroy a large amount of pieces here, you need a trebuchet at the top to be safe. You can also set up a trebuchet in every other locations as well. and just based on this topography, just aim at this area even though you cannot see the base. So I would say if you, for instance, pick this rock here and you just want to demolish the courtyard from the first for the first phase of your raids, so it's easy to start and set up your trebuchet here tower, and because it's compared to that one higher than other areas, it's very hard for the defenders to come to you. Now we're talking about how to raid that area, and then you still can see the base over there, so it's very easy for you to try to demolish the courtyard. And if you don't, you just want to go by gates and don't waste large amount of siege barrage and demon barrage, so you just can go by gates and get inside. Talking about inside, let's go inside and see our base and why we are talking about it's kind of role playing as well. As you can see, we started building and designing the base not only based on the PvP and defense, but also as what you can have based on your role playing, the emblems you can hang them also as well. And when you're here by the elevator, you can come up here, and this is gonna be entrance of your base. Again, you can have some gates and door frames here, and you can get inside. And in the middle, at the top of the map room, you have your first craft room with almost all the big benches here. Yeah, you can fit here at the top of the map room. It's easy, and you can have the rest of your design and lightings based on your taste. After that, you can follow by one door here and get into the Circle of Power and the Sorcerer table here also as well. I try to just walk here to let you see the area and the space and the perspectives. And you can have your chests here. You can add more chests here at the top of each other and have your I would say first loot stash here by the Circle of the Power. And from here you can access again to the main craft room here. Behind these walls, the arcane walls or the simple walls, you can also hide the stuff. It's possible because the geometry of the base is not same element, so it's a bit confusing for raiders or for those who didn't build this base, right? So you can start and hide your stash in each corner that you think fits in. Keep in mind, just don't put it on a lower levels, because when they drop a god such as said, it will destroy your stash as well. So if you stash some loot, keep it in the safer locations. And then after you continue from this corridor, you can have your stoves here to build and cook your food and your buffs. Again, it's based on you what types of benches you want to fit here. So I just thought maybe artisan tables would suffice here. And the only thing that make this now we are here, the only thing that make this cave unique is this vertical gap here, so you can build here. Basically most of the bases don't put anything here as a door or gate frame to keep it a bit, you know, hidden area here. So you can do the same, you can close it if you don't want anyone to see this area, and have some roofs here. Forget about, also don't put these doors that means that you're leading them here if they are clueless about this area, so they will not find this at the top area here. But most of the players, based on the experience, I would say they will look for here as well, or at least they try to understand the cave shape in the single player when they are raiding here. Actually good hint that you can go to your single player and see the blank area here. After that, when you get here, then you can have your private craft room here, your important benches, you can fit them here, you can put your chest also here. We still at the very risky level here, because as you can see, if the gates here, we are at the top of the gates for sure, but still we are at very risky level. So for the beds, I suggest to put them at the higher level here. You can fit your beds here, 3 here, 2 here, or even more, and have the private chest and the personal chest at the top of your beds, each bed's here as well. So that's all basically. You can have your base here. You can also go higher and higher for very tiny spaces and have your loot up there as well, for just hide them, because it's a good location to hide the loot here up here. But keep in mind again, need to be very careful about where do you put your loot here, right? So if you can hide them here at the top, they cannot see it as well when they're bombing. And yeah, that's it. That's all the thing you need to know. So let's go back to the area again. On the map again, I would say is on J6, between J6 and J7, right at the border between them, in the middle. So you can find this cave here and come here and build. I like the area. I never built here, so this is my first time trying to build something here. I would say maybe having just squares and less mats would be suffice, but also I just wanted to have something different here. Speaking of spikes and traps, you can have all around on your area. So just keep in mind where do you put them, and let your also teammates knows where they are. And if you don't want to it's just be annoying for most of the players. After they 1 or 2 counter of your traps, they will understand where are they, and they try to destroy them. So that's all you need to know about the base so far. Don't forget about this spot you need to occupy. The benefit is that you are close to the water, so in order if you want to have something from I don't know, swim, or you wanna like build something, go by the water, PvP in the water, you are close to the water, and also you are close to the nearly close to the single obelisk and the jungle north obelisk. I believe single might be a bit closer to the obelisks. That might be something that you need to consider as well. But other than that, it's a good location to build here. It's very hard to raid. Let's just not miss the top here. What you can do about the top, because there is a big hole here that many clans struggle how to build here. For me, it was just filling at the height that I don't need build anymore, and at the top I built a huge pyramid here that you can also find around this area if they want to start building and the bombing here to go down. Again, first they need to get rid of a pyramid. As long as you're fighting here and using a pyramid and it stands, so you can control the area, keep the area safe. But after that, they need to go through the area itself, the gap itself, and try to bomb that. I try to actually get through the one area that we can get through if we can. So we will need to put devil foundations here. I just wanted to finish this area, so after that you have to destroy these ceilings. And oops, excuse me, we are not in the right location. Based on the bombing, we should try to do it more in the middle. Maybe somewhere like here would be more useful. So again, destroy this, and after that again. So again, you don't need to put the foundations here, and then you can fiddle with the arcane balls. So arcane balls helps you your base, protect your base to not let more explosion and vast explosion going around. So just 1 or 3 or 4 foundation goes down, and after they need to destroy all these layers here. Again, I put the foundations here because I wanted to understand at which states they are built. They are going down. Again, 1, 2, 3 again foundations, and after foundations you have these rooftops, pyramid rooftops, and after that this is the last area, and that's the base that like we are building. So they when they get to the storm glass here, they need to destroy and this column as well. And after one ceiling here, that you can see they are inside the area here as well. So now they are here. We are in a honeycomb actually, so you need to build all this area. Again, the gates are here behind these walls, and as you can see, and they are at the honeycomb, so they need to destroy this as well. So it's kind of hard based on where are the gates actually. They might end up in the honeycomb. You need to build this area as well. Just keep in mind, I just didn't build because I just want to let you know, show you guys that where you're gonna end up. And I would say there are like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 and 13 14 14 square in a z in a zero, like in a from for getting to the inside the base they need to destroy. So it's not that easy. It's possible, but it's not easy. Keep in mind you can have a dispute here, or if you don't want to exceed the limitation, just has the rooftop like here. We can just close it with the rooftops here. It's hard. If you build one small pyramid here, you can again control the area. Do not let them bomb as fast as they can. And also because it's a gap here, it's very hard to, I mean, try to destroy it by the trebuchet. It's possible, but it's very hard. Yeah, I hope you like this video as well, the area and this build. You always can add some taste and spices to your bases to change them from a dull, boring, square-shaped bases to something more interesting. Enjoy your gameplay, even in PvP servers. Have fun, use your imaginations and creativity. Yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.